Kristen Key, and welcome to Songs in the Key of Funny.
It's Songs in the Key of Funny, mixing music and comedy. It's like everything you could wish for. It's like an opera singer covered in bees. It's like hearing your favorite song while you eat your favorite cheese. It's funny songs and funny stories. It's Songs in the Key of Funny. Funny songs and the stories behind them.
Forgot about that part. Hi, everybody. Oh, welcome to Songs in the Key of Funny. I'm your host, Kristen Key. Each week we're going to be talking with a current comedy musician. And each week I'd like to look back at a classic comedy song and a classic comedy musician to pay homage to those who paved the way for us comedy musicians of today. This week, since the theme of the podcast seems to be children, I chose a song by Tim Wilson called Chuck E. Cheese Hell. And it's a great song. Please download it on iTunes to give him the money, or his family. He passed away. But here's a little snippet of Chuck E. Cheese Hell by the late great Tim Wilson. Mama drives Chipper to the Chuck E. Mall, watches him waller in some plastic balls. The band sucks and the pizza's cold, and you eat it with a slobbering 4-year-old in Chuck E. Cheese Hell. Chuck E. Cheese Hell. That's too. You don't have to clap, but you can. Oh. Anyway, that's a tribute to the late great Tim Wilson. The song is called Chuck E. Cheese Hell. Please go on iTunes and download that song, and that is our classic comedy song of the week. Classic song of the week. Classic song of the week. All right, so moving on, our guest this week. I'm really excited to have these people. I've seen you once before, but let me give you a really good intro. Okay. About to introduce two saucy moms who blend their ability to harmonize and curse perfectly into a honky-tonk style. They've regularly been seen on the nationally broadcast show Expressing Motherhood. Ladies and gentlemen at home, this is MommyTonk.
Thank you, Kristen. Oh, man.
A little spin in your lap.
Thank you.
That Chuck E. Cheese song, I mean, my kids request, they want to go to Chuck E. Cheese still. They're 7 and 8. They still want to go to see that mouse. But I had my 13th birthday at a Chuck E. Cheese.
You did?
For real. I wore pink overalls and pink Converse tennis shoes, high tops. And that's when the mouse was still an actual person and not an animatron.
Oh, yeah.
They were both. I worked there for
You did?
4 years. Yeah.
Oh.
And I mean, just fun fact about the balls that he mentioned in the song. They haunted my work experience. They're just covered in urine and feces, like a crime scene. But people the way they clean them, they take them in a giant bag, about 4 giant bags of these balls, and they put them in the back of a pickup truck and run them through a car wash.
No.
Okay.
Or at least that's the way they did it at the Chuck E. Cheese on I-40 in Coulter and Amarillo, Texas.
Oh my God, that's genius. I used to work for Gymboree, and I used to have to clean the mats and the balls and all that. That's so genius. I wish I had known that tip.
Oh, man.
Yeah. What did you do?
How did you clean them? Yeah.
God, there's a lot of simple green and a lot of tears. Just
Each individually? Oh, I know you did it individually. You have a cleaning thing.
I got a cleaning thing. So I'm like, these are going to be the cleanest balls that Gymboree has ever seen.
Wow.
So I stalked both of you on Facebook briefly to find out if we were close or not. So Shannon and I, we have 7 mutual friends. So it's not very good. And Stacie, we have 8 mutual friends. Thanks to Tommy Savitt.
The Tommy Llama.
Yeah. Hey, Tommy. But it looks like we have a lot in common. We play the guitar, and you're from Louisville.
Yes.
And I've passed out drunk in Louisville.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Lots of times.
Yeah, many times.
So I wanted to ask you what's your favorite bar in Louisville first?
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I love Headliners because they have great bands come through there. It's a wonderful bar, and it's a great
music.
You don't like music.
No,
I mean, if I was going to go see music, which I really like to just stay at home, but if I was going to go see music, I would go to Headliners. The Laughing Derby, of course, which is the Comedy Caravan, is a great bar. That's the comedy club, and that's the place
They changed ownership again.
That's right.
Now
So now
new name back to
the Comedy Caravan, right?
I think it's just the Caravan now. But it's like John Mellencamp.
That's right, John Cougar.
No.
There's no Cougar. There's a lot of cougars in the caravan, though.
And we're like, oh, we got 2 cougars.
You know what my favorite bar is, though, in Louisville right now? It's called Proof, and it's down at the 21C Hotel, and it's awesome, and it's just like just sexy and hot, and it's downtown in Louisville, and they've done so much remodeling to downtown Louisville that I just love it.
I love when I asked you what your favorite bar was. You had 5.
Oh, yeah. There's another one. It's a speakeasy down in Germantown, and it's fairly new from a guy who used to live out in L.A., and he's like, I'm sick of L.A., I'm moving back home to Louisville. He opened a speakeasy.
What do you have to do to get in?
You have to speak easy through the hole, through somebody's hole. Yeah. Hey, guys, be cool. Be cool, man. I just want to drink. All right, you're cool.
It's the crazy dive bar around the...
I can't remember the name of that. Oh, my God.
The Highland Tap Room was
the Highland Tap Room.
I got 86 from there once for serving myself.
Oh, is that... Where'd you pass out drunk? I need to know that.
It would be on Bardstown Road.
Right, that's the place. Just right on Bardstown Road.
Yeah, I was trying to, they used to put the condo to the caravan like a mile away, and so you could get a ride or you could walk if you were, and I was a bar crawler, and so I would usually just walk across the street to the tap room to have one drink and then get really, really drunk and then stagger until I would crawl, and then one time I actually just passed out.
Well, that's the place to do it.
Nobody cared.
No.
Nobody called. Nobody really. It's not like weird. It's just like, haha, look at her. Just another Tuesday.
That street, Bardstown Road, is known for that. I mean, they have something. When you turn 21, if you're in Louisville, you do something called the Bambi Walk. I think that's what it's called. And it's like a bar walk all across Bardstown Road. And many 21-year-olds just end up in the middle of the street, passed out.
Yeah.
So somebody probably thought it was your birthday.
Yeah, probably not 21. She must smoke. You're from Houston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't hold it against me.
I'm from Amarillo, so we could not be further apart, but we've seen some shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What happened?
Why did I leave?
Let's just, sure. Well, you make up the questions.
Here's the story. You want childhood?
Yeah. Okay. However far back you want to go. Let's go with your conception. What were your parents on? What happened?
I'm the 5th child.
Okay.
To a blended family.
Okay.
Some addiction and some suicide get together.
Well, let's skip that part. Okay, let's go high school.
We go straight to a religious cult, and we spend a lot of time there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to yell.
Witnesses, okay. And so
Church of Christ.
All of that.
Just hug or no instruments.
Dysfunction.
Yeah.
Leads to a career in comedy. So it's actually a blessing.
Oh, that's what you're...
So I went to UT and then went to New York the day after I graduated.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, and then New York.
Yeah.
Okay. And then both of you are sketch comedy ladies.
I did sketch comedy and improv at Second City and a little bit at iOS.
Correct?
I did, and I'm far
I Googled the heck out of you for like 25 solid minutes.
I did. I mean,
that's longer than my husband did.
I'm an improv person.
Okay.
Like, improv is it takes a special ability that I just didn't, it never really clicked for me, but stand-up was always my
And you did sketch, right?
I did sketch and improv and a little stand-up.
Okay.
But Second City was, the Second City format is like you improv and then you create a sketch out of that. So it was kind of a blend of it. I loved it.
It's a great program.
I want to get to know you more, but I want to let our viewers and listeners hear your music.
Yeah.
So what are you playing for us today?
Oh.
Because you get to play a couple at least. Yay. How do you want to do this? How do you want to drive this?
Well,
train?
you know what? The first song is pretty appropriate to talking about our hometowns because we're all from the South here, and this first song was inspired around November 2016. There was an election.
There was a primary, like a general election.
A general election that happened. If you can go back to that part. But it was also, we were getting ready to go visit family for Thanksgiving. And it was a heated time of a lot of different opinions. You know, we were just a little nervous to travel back home from our hippie, liberal California living.
Yeah. And so we wrote a song for Thanksgiving that now has become sort of a summer song as well because we're about to go home again for our family reunion picnics. And like when I was growing up in the South, my parents had a very strict rule that you never talk politics at the table.
Right.
That was just...
It's part of manners. You learn manners in the South. I mean, that's part of your daily routine.
And so my kids are like, Mom, are you really sure you're not going to be able to make it through a whole meal like without talking about politics in this day and age? And I'm like, sure, I can totally do it. And they're like, I don't think you can. I'm like, yeah, I can. So then they asked us, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, this is what we're going to do.
We're going to grill those fucking burgers.
Like, let's try again.
Just right out of the gate. Just right out of the gate.
Oh, that's both of you too.
Sing. Okay, all right. Let's do that again. We're gonna grill those friggin' burgers like we've never grilled before. We're gonna travel to a state where I don't live anymore. I'm gonna sit down at their table and look them in the eye. I'm gonna keep my friggin' mouth shut while I eat their apple pie. Their apple pie, their apple pie. Don't get more American than good old apple pie. And diversity. I'm gonna look around my childhood home and wonder how we all got here. Gonna see that family Bible underneath that big old deer. I'm gonna look that dead deer in the eye and ask if he can see this blessed cornucopia of our hypocrisy. Hypocrisy, hypocrisy. Don't get more American than good old hypocrisy and apple pie. I want to thank my mom and daddy for raising me upright. I'm gonna thank the sweet Lord above for showing me the light. But I'm not sure they're praying to the same guy at night. 'Cause my version of him is brown and theirs is lily white. He's lily white, he's lily white. Well, that's just not American, 'cause we're not all lily white. But we love apple pie, oh apple pie, oh apple pie. Don't get more American than good old apple pie. And diversity. I'm gonna get back on that airplane and fly my ass back home, where all my friends are lesbians and I never feel alone. My neighbor is Muslim and my best friend is a Jew. And I love every damn one of them, 'cause Jesus told me to. He told me to. He told me to. Looks like I was listening, but I thought they were too. Oh, apple pie, oh, apple pie. Don't get more American than good old apple pie. God bless some Americans. Oh. So that's how we. Yay! That went over really well.
I think that was stellar. Yeah, we're on episode 2.
Yeah.
That was the best version of that song.
You know what? No, you gotta join us with this banjo. There's this beautiful banjo.
I would love to play the banjo.
You gotta play. You gotta. Whatever we do next, you gotta play with
Okay,
us.
I'm in. Play something I know.
Okay. This is one you've heard.
Okay. Let me put on my fingernails.
Yeah. Okay. So we also learned that there might actually be one thing that is more American than apple pie, and it's something that can unify moms, especially when you become a new mom. There's this one place you find yourself all the time.
Yeah.
And it happens to be our favorite place, and it happens to be the unifier in America.
Yeah, it's. I don't know a single person that doesn't like it.
No. And it's this place. Gotta go to Target, 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 Target, here we come. Gotta get some soap, gotta get a lamp, gotta get a brush and toothpaste too, gotta get a mug, gotta get a frame, gotta get a whoa.
Girl, do you see that shirt over there?
Girl, you love shirts.
Put it in the cart!
Gotta go to Target, 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 Target, here we come. Gotta get Clorox, gotta get wipes, gotta get a towel and a washcloth too, gotta get Band-Aids, gotta get a rug, gotta get a whoa. Did you know they sell wine at Target?
When did they start selling wine at Target?
We love wine.
Put it in the cart!
Gotta go to Target, 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 Target, here we come. Gotta get headphones, gotta get a CD, gotta get a movie and a flat screen too. Gotta get popcorn, gotta get chips, gotta get a whoa. What is it? What is it? Do you see that red ceramic squirrel over there?
Girl, you love squirrels. You love.
What about the baby squirrel? You know that whole family of squirrels is coming home with me because I have a serious squirrel
You
problem.
do put them all in the cart. There's no
Hold on a second.
baby squirrels.
I feel like I'm losing control. We gotta get out of here.
Girl, we have not hit the end of the aisle.
Right, that's all. Clearance.
Get another cart.
A blue unicorn, a yellow cuckoo clock, a whimsical mat, and some mismatched socks. Red flannel sheets and a papasan chair. I'm gonna go.
All right, let's check out.
Okay. Scan, beep, scan, beep, scan, beep, scan, beep, scan, beep, scan, beep. I'm sorry, what'd you say? $642.38. Well, how'd that happen?
My husband is gonna kill me.
Oh well. Put it in the cart, put it in the cart, put it in the cart, put it in the cart. We'll sneak it in the house, we'll hide it in the closet. Ah, dang it. What is it? I totally forgot toilet paper.
Man, that is the whole reason that we came.
Well, you know what that means.
I do, girl.
Gotta go to Target, 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 gotta go to Target. Target, here we come. Bullseye.
Wow.
Thank you. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
about
Yes.
80% of the way through.
Yes,
I think I found our key.
That was good. I love
This
it.
was the best. We're gonna have to do better than that. I want to try again. I want to do over at some point. That's hilarious, though. That's every trip to Target.
Dude, I mean, when do you walk out of there spending less than like $600?
I love Target.
Or maybe 200 is
Payment for tampons?
Yeah.
No,
I have
My
a
credit card's
now.
maxed out.
I bought a banjo.
I bought a banjo.
I bought a kid's ukulele. It's weird.
my God.
So okay, so how I've never been a part of a duo before. How did you meet, and how did you decide that you would give your performing life to somebody? You know, it's a big step to take. Yeah.
It is.
So it was about 7 years ago, and we were both doing a show called Expressing Motherhood, which is a moth-style storytelling show.
This is a romantic story.
Yes. Yeah, well, please give us some saucy music. And we were both doing individual pieces. Perfect strangers had never met each other. She gets on stage to do a monologue where she's wearing nothing but a breast pump and pajama pants.
I got a
And
picture.
oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
a beautiful picture.
yeah.
There's some milk in there.
And I'm like, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I couldn't breathe. I was dying. And so then I was like, I think she's going to be in my life.
Well, then it's rehearsal, and I take off my breast pump, and I'm sitting in the audience.
Just
now.
pajama pants with no tie.
Now I'm just sitting there naked. Yeah. And Stacie walks out on stage with a baby monitor and opens up this stand-up set where she says that she hopes this baby monitor has the range. It says it does in the box because her babysitter flaked and she had to leave him in Laurel Canyon. And I was like, I seriously believed her for a second because I was sleep deprived. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm like, oh my God, I love her. She's my twin.
How old were your kids at the time?
Like, well, I had one in the
Yeah.
belly, and then I had one that's about to be one, and then she had.
Mine must have been like 3 and 6 or
Yeah,
something.
they were babies.
They were
They're all
little littles. But now mine are 9 and 12, and yours are
7 and 8.
7 and 8.
Wow.
Well, so we went backstage during the show. We found you, like, I'm like, who are you? Oh my God, you're the funniest person I've ever met.
And
There's
then
wine back there.
There was wine back there too.
And we bonded over a couple of bottles of wine. And then
There's a baby in you.
there was,
And
Oh,
the story.
yeah.
Funny.
I know.
So I never really thought about that detail yet.
Stacie
Why
drank
I
all
should
the.
have brought it up.
Stacie drank all the wine.
Luscious
Wait,
mother.
I guess you know
Luscious
what?
mother of 2.
Yes.
Life spinning
Yes.
out of control.
I was pumping and dumping though. That was
Yeah.
the. Oh, but wait, I was
You were
pumping
pregnant as a
and-
baby.
Oh my
We
God.
did X with so many
Stacie,
times.
no
If you
wonder.
have opinions on this, write us at letters@songsinthekeyofunny.com. That's a real email, and I was supposed to promote it earlier, but now we have a reason to. If you'd
Yeah.
like to judge,
Just
Shannon.
Shannon.
Yeah.
shame.
That's
It's called
please,
Shannon Shame.
letters@songsinthekeyofunny.com. Continue with your
So anyway, so then shortly after that, I was asked to do a show, and they said, "Can you provide the entertainment for this function?" I said, "You bet." How much time do you want me to do? They said an hour, and I said, "You got it. I can totally do that." And at the time, I had about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
So I was like, "Oh," and I'm like, "I'm just gonna say yes." And then I called Shannon. I was like, "Hey, can you fill some things?" Because at the time, we still weren't writing together.
And in that show, I did some a cappella songs, and they always got a laugh and whatever. So then she was like, wait a second, I play guitar, I can sing. And I was like, what? And then the very first thing we did was 2 love songs for our husbands.
It was really.
You can't really say the name of your love
No,
song.
I can't. It was a beautiful love song for my husband. That was came out of a therapy session that I had with him. It was perfect. No, like that's at Second City. That's what
You say it with blanks?
Yeah.
Yes. Get off your you.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Get off your blank. You blanking blank.
It's really about how a mom's at home and her husband's at home, and the mom, at least it seems that she has to do everything.
Yeah.
And the husband just isn't used to multitasking like a mom is, like a woman is. You know, they're single focused and a woman's multi-focused. And we just join our forces. Stacey's like the most brilliant stand-up I've ever met.
Sounds like a love song, like up there with "I Will Always Love You."
Yeah, it really is.
You blank,
It's an anthem.
It's blankety blank blank blankety blank blank.
Yeah.
Blank.
And as I sang, I wrote a love song for my husband that basically he works too much. He's an ad man, so he's always gone. And so I wrote it's actually kind of a sweet song, but in it I say that if he doesn't come home, that I'm going to start stripping our whole day. And so that was awesome.
I would listen to that. Yeah.
So that's the beginning. And then we started writing
We're
together.
going to start blanking the pool blank.
Blankety blankety blank blank. Once we realized, we started touring around doing these songs for Expressing Motherhood, and then one time in Chicago, we were like, why don't we sing on each other's?
Mm-hmm.
Because like we knew we could harmonize. We knew that we used to both sing in church choirs.
That's what I was going to ask next, because my brother runs a karaoke bar in Texas, and when I go back to visit him, we always sing and we harmonize together because we grew up singing together. And he always says, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. There's not a lot of people that can harmonize with me." You know, I said, I have that complaint when I travel around. You know, I just don't want to harmonize with him. I grew up in church, and I don't want to have to go to church just to have some good singing.
Just to harmonize.
You know, I just want to harmonize. It doesn't mean I want to, and I still love to play and sing gospel songs.
Yes, of course. That's the root of it all.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You can find someone who can harmonize with you. It's just something you can't be bought. You can't go to the mall and pick up a harmony partner.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
Well, you did. You did kind of.
Well,
It was a street corner.
It's a Target, but whatever. I heard it was either Donnie or Marie. I get them confused. They're the same thing. But they said once that siblings harmonize the best, or family members harmonize the best, because you have like. But I think that was just their way of saying, "Listen to us, we're the husbands." No one harmonizes.
But you and your brother.
I want to know what the karaoke jam is. Where's that?
All right, so
Is it
a
Amarillo?
plug for my brother. Yeah, he runs a karaoke night at Pizza Hut on, I think it's Tuesdays and Friday. He's the best man if I get it wrong. I know. So if you're in Amarillo and it's family friendly, so bring your kids, and I hope they like cigarette smoke.
God.
Because it's a hoot.
That sounds awesome.
I love karaoke.
I love pizza
so much. So what's your
much.
karaoke jam? What do you say?
Okay, I usually start with Total Eclipse of the Heart. Of course, because it's fun, and then Brand New Key by Melanie.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, you go. What do you?
I'm Janis Joplin, of course. Bobby McGee and
That's my
Klein.
third.
Patsy Cline.
Which one?
Crazy. I could bring the house down.
Okay, you could.
I basically break out in hives when someone asks me to do karaoke. I love to
I want to
go.
throw this act.
I know. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's like
letters and songs in the key of funny, just to berate her, frustrated.
I don't know why. Like I don't know. I love to go and I will sing, and if I sing, it's going to be like musical
play
theater.
and you sing.
I know, isn't that bizarre?
In your own band.
I feel like my goal for that. I'm about to turn 45, and I think my goal.
It's LA. You're 27.
I literally am about to turn 27. And my goal for my 27th year is I'm going to sing 4 karaoke now. I'm going to go to 4 karaoke nights and sing.
I would like to drive. I'll be your designated driver.
Okay, dude, thank you.
This is happening.
Because I do need to
I'm
conquer
serious.
this.
Get
I
tense.
literally break out in hives just thinking about it.
That I want to watch even more than the singing. And I went to school to be a paramedic.
Oh,
Perfect. I'm saying
you're
you're
going to do a sober driver
I never
and a
graduated.
paramedic.
Oh, shit.
You
Why
really
did you
know.
totally let me die?
Cream.
Oh my god, I'm
Oh,
going to
what
die.
could possibly happen in
Hello,
LA?
Tokyo.
Somebody's a doctor. So if you were, like, close your eyes and pretend like you don't have to for real, but for play, what songs would you sing?
It takes 2 to make a thing go right from Rob Bates. That's what I would say.
I need to make this happen. Like,
After we finish,
no, we
going
should just
straight there now.
screw the show. Let's just get up and go. Episode 2 is canceled. We'll be in here karaoke. Yeah.
And the karaoke
That's a good
of
show, too. Songs in the key of karaoke. Copyright just right now by me. Can you just say copywritten? It's copywritten.
Yeah, it's
Done. Copywritten.
Do you have to go like this though?
Copywritten.
Circle C. You put a C in your middle.
I
Yeah.
need to state my finger. I don't know how to copyright things.
It's tricky.
So it takes two to make the go right.
That would be my karaoke song.
Okay.
And maybe like
You have to put in 3 slips.
the girl from the Grease song. I'd have to get a guy, or you could do it with me. Oh my God! Yes, I'm 11.
I ran a karaoke bar for 2 years.
Oh,
My other, I think my brother got the job.
I mean, is it interesting that both of you and your brother went in a music kind of direction?
Yeah, from Church of Christ, which has no instruments in the music. And
That's why we sang, and I think it was to rebel. Is why he started. I think that's why he started playing the guitar, and then because we've always been super competitive, I wanted to learn the guitar too. But he would only teach me a little bit here and there.
Of course, yeah.
And then I practice, and I learned the banjo.
So good.
Except for on the target song. I really.
well, actually, I don't.
I was the weakest band member on that song. I think we all know it.
We're working on this song about that. We're working on a new song that has a little bit more of a country flair. That if we have time at the end, we'd love to like play the first few
I don't know
chords.
what time we started. I bet we have time.
And
It's our show.
yeah,
we
we
can do whatever we
can.
want.
You should come in. You should play on that
Okay.
for the banjo, and we'll talk.
Yeah, let's
we'll
do
talk
a
for a
tutorial
second.
so
yeah.
that those at home that are watching can play their banjos.
Right,
too.
exactly.
Right.
Because I'm sure I wasn't the only one at home going, wait, what?
What is that?
Yeah, weren't we embarrassed?
It's okay. Our band, we normally play with our band, which is the ASSLESS Chaps.
I saw that on a
And,
video. Where did you find these people? They're incredible.
They are incredible.
I used to work at the Geffen Playhouse over
Okay.
by UCLA, and I worked there for like 14 years. And there's a guy there, his name's Mark Sanfilippo, and he's worked there for about 14 years too. We've been friends forever. And he's a drummer in town. And he literally is like the best jazz drummer in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
We love him, Mark Sanfilippo. And so one day, Stacie and I were playing, and we've been playing for a while. We're like, you know what? Wouldn't it be fun to have a band back us up, like legit musicians? Because I can barely play the guitar, if you can see. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to Mark, because Mark knows all the band people in town. So I walked over to Mark's desk, and I was like, hey, you've seen Stacie and I do our act. Would you be interested in playing on it and maybe helping us find like a fiddle player? What do you think might work? He's like, you need an upright fiddle and me. And I was like, let's do it. So he pulled it together. He called out on a fiddle player that he knew that used to play with like Dust Bowl Revival and this upright bass guy that plays with him all the time. And
Their names are Corey Simeone and Gabe Davis.
and
I
Gabe
think it's just
Davis.
nice to
Oh
hear.
yeah, Gabe Davis is the most amazing upright player, and Corey Simeone is a fiddle player none you've ever seen.
He's a showstopper, that one. We're
He
like,
is.
hey, we're working up here. They're like, we want to know the fiddle player. We're like, well,
Let's take the center stage. They're just a really great trio. They actually have their own band now called Ike's Creek,
I
and
think assless chaps.
but I know we're like, why didn't you name yourself the ASSLESS CHAPS? It's the greatest name.
It is.
So they play with us, and Mark plays with a lot of comedy bands in town. He plays the Rudy Cassoni show when that happens. Tom Kenny. He plays with a lot of people, and so he knows timing, and it's important, as you know. Like
Yeah.
you're telling jokes and you're writing songs, and you want to stop in the middle of a song, and something happens, or you mess up, like I do every single time I play a song. He can do that, and he's fun, and he'll do some riffs on his drum kit. So that's how we found them, and we play with them a lot. We usually tour the South with them. We've done this for 3 summers. And sometimes we go up just ourselves, too, so we don't always play with them. But it's such a fun, rich show when there's the 5 of us on stage.
I love it because it takes, like, I love your music, and I love how irreverent you make a parenting, you know? But when you put fantastic musicians behind you, it becomes an experience.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, and as a duo it works, but as a band, I think it adds several more layers. Really fun to watch though, because I did stuff with you online.
Oh.
I have a
That's
question
crazy.
about your writing process.
Okay.
So how do you guys write a song?
Most are born out of frustration.
Okay.
So, if one of us is having a bad day or there's an issue that's troubling us, we have to get through the angry stage and then we go, okay, let's make it funny. Let's make it funny.
I feel like a lot of times we come with that idea and we sit down and we just kind of start. Stacie plays the piano too, so we either do it at the piano or
I
we do
have
it
a
at
piano
guitar.
right there. It does not keep tune. It'll
That's
be
all right.
great.
It's perfect.
I don't keep tune either. You heard that, right?
I can't play in your key, so this is
We're
going to be a great
perfect. This is the greatest trio ever.
We'll be the crotchless panties.
Which I'm wearing right now. So sorry. Those of you, it's a podcast.
Off the couch.
Dressed up today. You normally don't wear anything. All
We
right.
just Lysol that couch from the last crotchless pandemic we had.
That's our next band. That is what we're going to be called, the crotchless panties. I love it.
So yeah, sometimes we
It's
just
sort of
riff
melody.
and then
Hey, do you go tune first or lyrics first?
We've done both. Like Stacie will sometimes come to me with like the lyrics that she's written, and it's amazing, like this poetry on paper. And then we'll pick up the guitar, and I'll be like, all right, I know 3 chords. What arrangement can we do? And then we'll just kind of start like, I don't know, we'll just start. This is I want to hear your process, because sometimes I'm like, is this right? But it doesn't matter if it's right. It works for us. We're just like,
It's your song.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a melody, and then we'll just.
yeah, most of them are pretty simple. So
I mean, literally, we'll do that for an hour or two, and we'll play around with it, and then we'll spend a couple days editing it, and fine-tuning it, and chopping lyrics, chopping chords.
Do you find it gets wordy? Do you ever write it too wordy and then have to cut back?
Yes.
Because that's mine start out with sentences that need to be 5 words instead of 10. Because I think I can squeeze all those words in there. I'm really linguistic. And I just need all those words.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the editing process, I'm probably.
Editing is fun.
Yeah.
It is fun, and it's hard, because you're like, oh, I love that, I don't want
Do
to
you ever
cut that.
find do you pretty much agree on what goes in?
Oh, like putting a show together, or what?
Like writing a song, yeah.
Absolutely. We have very similar sensibilities as to what
And since the humor
works.
looks like.
Because generally the criteria is, did it make us laugh so hard that we almost fell off the couch? And we're like, well, okay, there's
Okay,
that's what
that's
it is.
definitely it. Right
And
there.
it's funny, sometimes, we've been working together for so many years, we will, like the apple pie song that we did, I got to her house because we were so upset at that time because the election didn't turn out in our favor. And I got to her house and I'm like, gotta do something, we gotta say something. We gotta, and a lot of people say, don't go political. People don't go to MommyTonk for politics. And I'm like, the song's not really political, but it does have a, philosophy behind it.
Right.
And I got to her house and she says, I've got the first line. And she said, we're gonna, at the time it was, we're gonna
Cook that.
friggin' turkey like we've never cooked before. And I was like, done. And we just ran to the table and we just wrote it right there and then shot it because I had to get all the way back across town to pick up my kids. So we wrote it, shot the video.
That's an important part of our process. It's always highly,
we have this much
we
time.
have this much time because one of us has to go pick up a child.
I read a book, The Beatles by Bob Spitz, and it was about Lennon and McCartney and how they wrote their songs. They would put a time limit on them, and they wouldn't give it longer than 3 hours.
Well, maybe that's helpful to us.
It is helpful.
I hadn't thought about
I
it.
read that. I was like, I mean, I'll get caught in a song for days and just be like, I'm stuck on it. If I would just go, screw it, leave it.
Yeah.
Because when do you ever finish? Like, when are you ever done with it? Like, we're still like, even just playing now, I'm like, oh, that could probably be a little different or better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I gotta be done with it.
But I have I
new song.
Yeah, you gotta go on.
Someone gave us advice, or me advice years ago, and she said, if you're ever 60% sure of something, you've made your decision. And so I kind of
60% sure I'm not pregnant.
I'm 60% sure.
So I just kind of, I'm pretty good at, maybe sometimes a little too quick to make a decision, but I like to just, okay, that's it.
It's not the last decision we'll ever make. That's
Yeah,
the thing I
exactly.
like, let's just write the song. It's
You
not the
don't know
last song.
that. You
Well,
don't-
I could die. I could fall off the stage.
They're gonna cook that burger.
Oh, right.
Plain engine just fell on you. That's what that was.
Yeah, but the writing process is super fun. And the other thing that's really enjoyable is when we have shows that are out of town, we can both get away from our families in a space where we don't get distracted by laundry and school pickups and this, that, and the other. And so if we're ever in a hotel room and there happens to be Tito's vodka there, we can find
It's the best
inspiration.
vodka.
It is the
Buy
best.
Tito's vodka. Go to the store right
Tito's,
now and buy Tito's vodka.
It's our plug.
It is. It's from Texas.
But
It is the best vodka. It was my drink.
it's literally just the great.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's wonderful.
It's very smooth. Tito's
made up
vodka. Letters.
At
Songs in the key of Chris. Oh, sorry. Songs in the key of funny. So,
So yeah, the writing process is fun, and putting a show together is fun because we do a 90-minute show with the band, and we introduce different characters in the show where
I saw you bearded.
the men.
Yeah.
Well, we have these guys that follow us around. You should have them on your show, actually. They call themselves Daddy Tonk
Okay.
for whatever reason. And they follow us around. Sometimes they help us load up the truck at night. But they have their own set of songs that they're the most sexist comedians you've ever met in your life.
They're awful. We hate
They're
them.
terrible.
They
They have
won't leave
a
us
song called,
alone.
they literally have a song called Women Ain't Funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jerks.
Yeah. I mean, even stuff like that comes from some form of trust.
It's true. It's true.
So when since you have these home lives where you have children and husbands, and I'm sure you have to do the whole routine. I mean, now they're getting a little older, but still, they don't want to take care of themselves.
But it gets
I'm
more
childless, so I'm not quite
complicated.
sure.
You know, like I was thinking, oh well, when they're older, it's different work, but it's still a lot. You have a lot of things.
It's kind of emotional
cover.
stuff that you have to take care of with them, right? Don't they have little feelings?
They have.
I'm
two
against
feelings.
that. Yeah.
They do have little.
I don't like my own feelings.
I know. It's hard.
So when you go on the road, though, is it just like, do you just like clock out and just be like, wow?
Well, it's
The
funny.
first time we did.
We have those experiences
21
where
year
we're
olds in
like,
Vegas.
all right,
I've got a yard in Daiquiri. Woo!
I have a husband who travels constantly for his job. So when I'm gone and
He's a
he's
spy.
gone,
No, he's something important.
ad man. Most
I knew it was
important
something
job.
really cool.
And so
John
I'm
Hamm.
still sort of,
Totally.
orchestrating everything that happens. Like I have to have an army of people step in to help me with our dogs and our children, and it's so much that my mind wants to explode. But I get it done. I
I don't know.
It's just
You
not
sing
as-
that kind of crazily. I get it.
This all works out just fine. We're fine, right? We're fine. My husband, thank God my husband is an artist because he also has a flexible schedule. So it just so happens that it has generally worked out when I'm out of town. He's like working from home that week. And I'm like, thank you for this. And so he can kind of hold down the fort, and he's great at that. When I come home, then no dishes been done, no laundry's been done, because that's not what men do.
People are alive.
They don't care. Everyone's alive. Everyone's had fun, and I just do the dishes. You know.
Kids all have hangovers. Who
They're
cares?
fine though.
It's
Nobody.
Ever died from a hangover?
Yeah, it's all good. It's all
13?
good.
Yeah.
But when we do, it is nice to have the little bit of a break because when you're not at home, when you're at home writing. We either go to her house or my house. When we're at my house, sometimes like I see the dishes in my dishes while I'm in the middle of the song. I'm like, I should really wash those dishes. Oh no, wait, what's the record are we on? But
We
when
should
we're
write a song about me doing the dishes right now.
yeah, but then sometimes we do, so it does help us. Then when we're in a hotel, I feel like we can really focus in and take those 3 solid hours and write and not be distracted by anything but the bar bottle Tito's.
Hey,
Tito's vodka.
made in Austin, Texas. What's your guilty pleasures? What do you? Is it you got any TV shows that you guiltily watch? I feel like there's one. Come, Stacy.
Stacy just did a total swing around on the
What
chair.
is it?
I was just fixing it.
By the way, I mean, for future shows, how is this feeling? You
You
comfortable?
know, I mean, it feels like if someone were. I feel like maybe I should lay down on it, and then it could
Oh, this
even
got
out
way better.
a little
You
bit.
can
But
just feng shui the hell out of the set.
it's a really comfy couch. It feels like it's been lived in a little bit.
I think it has.
I mean, I do want to close it up on myself. Like,
You just taco on the couch.
Guilty pleasure. That was the
speaking
question.
of tacoing couch.
I love.
Sorry. Everyone couches fans.
Sorry.
Please don't talk
Taco
about couch.
couch. So excuse me. Okay.
No, I love live music. I love. I love sleep.
Under some layers.
I love nature documentaries.
Nate, now we're getting better.
I
at the
love
nature
wine.
docs.
I mean, really, my
It's
perfect
not nature
evening is a
documentary.
nature documentary with a bottle of wine, and I'm
Sleep.
like the happy and
Yeah.
sleep because
So
nothing lulls
Earthborn.
me to
You
sleep.
like Earthborn.
I do. Nothing lulls me to sleep
Yeah.
more than a British man whispering to me about the mating habits of animals in their natural habitat. That's how that bird attracts its mate. Just what I
Just to pass out.
Yeah, I'm like, I swear to God, if there's a British man talking on television, I'm like, it's like propofol to me.
This is fun.
Yeah, but I'm not as exciting as she is. She has a lot more.
I don't. What do you mean?
Well, now I gotta know.
We're
I
definitely the odd
watch.
couple.
I mean, seriously, when you
Should watch stage program, you just male porn.
just
Bunch of gay male porn.
I
That's all.
literally was thinking how boring my guilty pleasure is because it's listening to self-help books on
She
audio.
does like that.
Literally, that is
These
my
are the
guilty
women. I mean, and I went pull down the MommyTonk hole for a minute and watch some of their YouTube videos and the things that they say on stage. And then now that I'm like trying to uncover their dirty little secrets, they're like self-help books. And I'm like,
Oh my god!
Oh my God. But
my guilty pleasure. I mean, I don't know how. I live in California. I have a prescription for marijuana.
What?
That could be a guilty pleasure, I guess. A little bit.
I mean, if
I had a reason
if it
for
were
it.
my mom saying it, yes, that would
Yeah.
be a guilty pleasure. But Nina.
Yeah. Maybe that's my guilty pleasure that I partake in sometimes, and when we're on the road, maybe more, because I can just sit outside of our hotel room and be like, okay, this is cool.
I crochet.
Well, I'm like,
I crochet.
Yes, I love
I
it.
crochet and I watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer when I really need to unwind. So I understand.
Get it? Sometimes you just gotta be real, like.
So we're just old. We're getting old.
It
We're
might
just
be
old.
that we're
Okay.
old.
So here, okay, how about this? When you were younger, do you have any like when I was a kid, I had a poster of Patrick Swayze on my door.
Oh yes.
And I listened to the Dirty Dancing soundtrack every single day. And when I used to get drunk, I would always bring that up to my wife every single time.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that I used to have a poster of Patrick? She was like, yeah, shut up. Like, we need to watch Dirty Dancing right now. What's your musical, like, dirty little secret? Do you have a band that you obsessed over? Was there someone that you just, an album that you played till it was raw?
I have several.
Okay.
Chicago 17. Rod Stewart pulled me on stage. I was so obsessed with him. I came from the back of a stadium in Louisville, Kentucky.
Is he worse looking in person?
He's so fucking hot. Oh, he's so hot.
I've already done this a couple times.
He's so hot.
No.
He pulled me. Yes, he is. And
He
he
would
was
like 3 to 6 letters. And songslikeyoffunny.com, always directed at Shannon.
20 years ago, like he was even hotter, and more than 20 years ago, he pulled me on stage and sang Maggie May to me. So I was obsessed with
Okay,
him.
maybe that was the spell he cast.
That was the
he
thing.
sang to you.
But Weird Al Yankovic was literally one of my favorite, and he also sang to me. He came out from the stage in Louisville
Sing to
Gardens.
you. No offense with you. Like, why you?
I don't know. He
special about you?
I draw people
amazing.
to me.
That's
I'm listening to self-help. I'm cross-stitching, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And Julie Brown. I love Julie Brown. Love the Grateful Dead. I have so many music people that I love that have nothing to do with each other. Beastie Boys, Grateful Dead, Julie Brown, because I'm blonde.
Yeah.
I should have stuck to my note cards. That was my first question. Was your influences in music, comedy, and otherwise? And I forgot
I can
to ask,
answer
but
that.
Now we're coming.
I mean, there's a lot of musical influences, comedy-wise.
Well, I'll answer both questions.
Yeah.
So I am the most boring human being.
Obviously.
The album that I wore out, my 33 vinyl, was the soundtrack to Out of Africa.
Oh my God.
It fits in with your guilty pleasure.
And
Yeah.
I ended up marrying a guy who was born in Africa.
Does he have a soothing South African voice?
No, he's British, and he doesn't even have
Does he
that.
lull you to sleep every time you listen to metal?
He doesn't have his accent, but if he did, I would probably sleep better.
What, did he get rid of his accent?
Well, he moved to Texas. If you're a little British kid in Texas,
You just drop your accent.
you drop it real quick, or they drop it for you. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that was the album that I wore out, and I know it sounds silly, but I just really like soothing,
You
beautiful.
rebel. You two
music.
rebels.
But I'll tell you what else I did though, because I grew up in a very restrictive.
I know the show.
Friends are friends forever, if the Lord's a Lord of them. And a friend will not say never, 'cause the friendship will not end. Though it's hard to let you go, in the Father's hands we know that a lifetime's not too long to live as friends. We totally went back to our roots there.
Michael W. Smith, people.
Oh my.
Didn't you do it with Amy Grant too? That was just what we just did.
We just testified. This is.
I sang that a lot as a teenager.
Oh. Wow.
We all did. But okay, so the other thing is, when I grew up in a very restrictive religious situation, I would bring home cassette tapes and play them for my brother, my older brother, who was into heavy rock. And I'm like, that's the devil's music, and you're obviously going to hell, so you need to listen to this tape, and it will save your soul. And he'd look at me like, oh my God, now I'm in a rock band. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's not good. But
It didn't save your soul.
my musical influence, across the board, the person who, like, just changed my whole perspective on everything is Tim Minchin, who is an Australian piano player. Of course, he's genius, and he also is a Broadway composer. So he doesn't only do musical comedy. He wrote the
Sleep is
score
so
for
important.
Matilda,
Okay.
and also Groundhog Day, which just opened on Broadway. But if you've never heard of Tim Minchin, I highly recommend it. It
Tim
changed-
Minchin, letters at Sounds in the Key of Funny.
He's the greatest.
He's great.
Tell Stacy, wake up. Yeah. Woke. Right. That's Those were really the dirty little secrets I was looking for. We learned a lot about you.
Well, when you're married, you don't say your dirty secrets on the podcast. I'm just joking.
True.
I'm kidding. I have no guilt. I'm really boring. I'm so boring. The first time we traveled together was in Chicago, and we got a hotel room together, and we're like away from our kids. I'm away from my kids for one of the first times ever. We check into the room, and I'm like, I put on my jammies, and I put on PBS, and she's like, are you nuts? Like, we're going out. I'm like, no, I really just want to do this.
I want to run this for me. It's my fantasy.
I am literally
going to eat Cheetos in someone else's bed.
boring.
I don't have to clean up.
I know, right? Literally. I'm so boring.
So what comedy songs? What did you, what comedy songs inspired you? Like classic comedy songs?
Well, literally, I mean, come on.
Weird Al is just...
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the first. Like, Eat It. A Weird Al was at the beginning of it. Julie Brown, Because I'm a Blonde, and that Homecoming Queen album.
I'm going to get her on the show. Look out,
Are
Julie
you
Brown.
serious?
Yeah,
I mean, if you do, can I come
We
sit
share an agent, and I've asked my agent, and so we're just putting it out there.
She did the show.
Coming for you, Julie Brown.
Julie, you're my hero, like for real. Like listening to that cassette. Because I'm a blonde, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I'm a blonde, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi. I literally like. It made me. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just loved her. I fell in love with it, and it started me wanting to do that. But when I got to Second City, that's what it did. I was like, I'm gonna write songs like Julie Brown. I was going to take my monologues, turn them into comedy songs. Because that's what Julie Brown did, and that's sort of what Weird Al Yankovic does. And
Tenacious D would be the thing that for me I was like, oh well, they're doing it exactly. You're right. You know what I mean? And I was on the front row of many a show back in the 90s before they got like at the smaller venues, and they just I was like, what is this whole thing? I love it so much. And it's okay. But so Tenacious D, yeah, for sure. Yeah, love them.
That's a tight duo right there.
they are, and kids to like. We just met these I guess they're like 19-year-olds. We just did a show, and they were in another show at the same theater, and they really liked us, and it was so nice. They're like 19-year-old boys. And we're like, oh my gosh, thank you, that's so great. They're like, we love Tenacious D, and you're kind of like Tenacious D for moms.
Like, yeah,
But we were like that. It was like the best praise ever, and also to realize that 19-year-olds still like Tenacious D. I mean, these guys, they're classic.
I found their CD the other day in my garage, and I was like, I'm gonna pop it in. It holds up. It holds up.
Classic. They're
They right. Yeah.
that'd be a good thing. You should get them on the show.
Work on that. Coming for you, Tenacious
Come on,
D.
Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know who will agree to do weird things. You got a third song in that?
Okay, now listen. I want you to get your banjo play on this with us.
All right, banjo players, pay attention. She's telling us how.
We don't really know. This is a new song, but I have the capo. If I'm going to play the guitar, the capo on the first fret. So for you, Kristen, that first chord is F for you without a capo, and D, I guess. Wait, what's that? Where's that A sharp? So this is the one. That's the F. This. And then I go to that's a B. So that's it. So it's like dun, dun. Those are the whole chords. You know what? Let's take the capo off. Will it be easier?
Sure.
Take the capo off. So this is finger E. A. B7. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's do that. That's easier. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. We got this.
You're working on
we're
it.
still working on it.
Whatever happens, this is a work in progress.
We're gonna country it up, just like we're gonna use some accents.
MommyTonk and the crotchless panties.
That's right. MommyTonk and the crotchless panties. Ready? Here we go. I can't walk away from the Facebook. And the Facebook can't walk away from me. Won't let me. I tried to quit the Facebook, but it dug its claws in me. Hell, the Facebook might be the death of me. I scrolling through the Facebook from dusk until dawn, reading other folks' philosophies. Some I see eye to eye, with others I do not. Till I wish there was less of them and more of me. I just about sparked. All right, crotchless panties for the real.
Got any gospels you want to play?
You play, we'll sing along. I like the circle being broken.
I
too.
Oh, I'll fly away.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a land on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. What do we just do? What do we just do?
That's good. Gosh, those panties.
I know.
In the church, I love it.
Go to church, Cox's panties.
Oh my gosh, you are amazing.
You're amazing.
You really are one of our favorite. Like, we were so happy that night we saw you here, and we're like, we got to know this girl.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Go on.
No, but for real, it was
Really
really
refreshing.
inspiring, refreshing, solid lyrics, solid playing, so much fun to watch. So charismatic. I mean it. Like, you really connected with the audience, and a lot of times people that's such a skill. It doesn't always happen when you're playing music and writing lyrics and doing your own thing. You connected with everyone out there, and it was lovely to watch.
I love music and comedy together. It was something it took me a long time to put them together because I did straight comedy for 13 years, 14 maybe, and then finally I was encouraged by a couple people to just come out of the closet about my guitar playing, and I was like, oh, all right, because I didn't want to be labeled as I don't know. Do you ever find that there's a stigma with musical comics as like you're not a real
There's
comic?
more of a stigma. No, actually, quite the opposite. I feel like there's more. You're elevated if you're a comedian. You can do more.
That's cool.
I do find there's a stigma with being a mom comic.
Uh-huh.
That is something we
that
battle.
sucks.
But like, oh, we're not a mommy act. We talk about parenting and relationships and motherhood, but like people who are 19-year-old kids.
Right.
It's like we're not just pandering to the mom crowd. I hope that we can span different.
Well, I think absolutely it's because you have good jokes, great timing. And if you have good jokes with great timing, you can, and you reach a lot of subjects. You also happen to talk about what your lives are right now.
Right,
So you happen to be moms that like Tito's vodka.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Yes.
Our best audience, though, was this really awesome audience in Harlingen, Texas, which is on the border of Mexico, and it was filled with mostly men.
Building a wall.
Yeah, where it was before. It's pre-wall letters that.
I'm just gonna say,
In case this airs in like a year or so.
Right.
This was before the wall.
PW.
the houses in Harlingen, Texas have never been dirtier since the election. A lot of people lost their hope.
Oh.
I gotta wash you up and
I don't know.
So weird.
It's a mystery. Weirdest thing.
Those Cowboys loved us.
Yeah, they did.
They did, like, that was fun for us because we do get that label, like, mom comics. I mean, it's in our title, with MommyTonk, of course.
Yeah,
but-
well, you know what? I have a lot of mom friends that, as mothers, don't want to be. They don't want to feel like a mom all the time.
Right.
It's like I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like when I tell my mom will pick out something for me to wear. Like, you look cute. This is like I don't look like a mom. She's like, there's nothing wrong with looking like a mom. I'm like, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
and so I get it. There's
It's
a
a thing.
stigma with being.
It's like,
a
I'm
mom.
not going to shop at Chico's. I won't.
Although my favorite jeans are from Chico's, and my mother gave them to
I was
me.
gonna say there's ladies in the front. It's like I love Chico too.
And
What's
I
up with Chico?
But for me, that is the thing that is like
I'm too
the
tall.
thing that, I'm like, I associate Chico's with, my mom takes me there. She's like, you look so cute in this movie.
That never goes away. When you're a mom, you still have a mom that still
Yeah.
treats you like, you would look cute in this. If you would just fix your hair different, you'd be prettier.
Yeah.
That hurts.
It does. I'm like, what?
Just try, honey. Just try.
It's a lipstick.
I've never seen my mom's nails. I've never seen her nails without polish on, or her toenails. Never.
Oh, mine
40,
right now,
40.
I could climb trees with them.
I know.
And
Oh my
they're
God.
blue, but only on the tips.
That's fancy.
Well, I think we hit the old. We're getting plug what you're working on because you guys are so fantastic. I'm so happy to you on the show.
Well, we love directing people to our online presence, which is Facebook and then Instagram and YouTube.
What is
We're
your handle on Twitter?
At MommyTonk.
At MommyTonk, and it's www.mommytonk.com.
Mm-hmm.
Their website is fantastic. I went. They have lots of YouTube videos, so visit that. Let's try to get more mutual friends.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
need to
friend
work on
each
that.
other.
7, 8.
And we're looking at some dates in Santa Barbara and possibly Mill Valley at the Throckmorton Theatre for the fall, but we don't have any details on that just yet. But
People go to your website to keep abreast of your
keep abreast
your
of
Tonkin?
all of
Of our Tonkin.
and our
Tonkin
breasts.
I think we want to do, we want to do a big live stage show with kind of like.
Oh yeah, our
with
dream.
other musical
Our
comedians.
dream. This is our dream
Okay.
show. You ready for
Okay.
this?
No, I'm with us.
Dream show. Here you go. Dream show.
Okay.
Let's manifest. Ace Hotel Theater. The Ace Hotel.
I don't even know what that is. Well, it's awesome.
It's the greatest venue in downtown. By the Ace Hotel, there's a theater in there.
Okay.
See lots of courtyards. Okay, this is our dream bill, right?
Okay.
Kristen Key.
I know her.
The
I
show.
can get her on.
The show.
I know them.
MommyTonk. The lampshades.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Will there be assless chaps? Or
Oh yeah.
Can we
of
all
course.
play together?
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
I think, yeah,
I would
that
like
would be
to
really fun.
manifest this because I've seen a lot. You know, I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
Or even at Flappers.
I think we need to do
I think
it
we
at
could do a
Flappers.
couple shows at Flappers.
I think we need to do some Flappers.
By the way, any letters, please send the letters at songsthekiafunny.com. Thank you for listening. Watch new episodes on our YouTube channel. That's Songs the Key of Funny. It'll be on iTunes every Monday. And thank you, Flappers, for letting us on.
Thanks for having us, Kristen and Flappers.
High fives!
Oh, wait.
Wait a minute, Leo.
My favorite part was